Well, it's not just gowns which are in short supply. Social care workers have been told to wear masks when dealing with all their clients. Alicia Shumba and her husband Moses run Hants Healthcare in the New Forest. It provides care to people in their own homes, and its carers either live in 24/7 or visit perhaps 2 or 3 times a day.
PPE is the biggest challenge. Up until yesterday was still the same guidance, and obviously we were feeling quite anxious and worried, and that people are not getting tested in the community. And then all of a sudden yesterday we get an email first thing in the morning from CCG saying from now on masks, face visors for all visits. As a provider, where do I source 1,000 masks in 24 hours ready for this morning?
How many have you got?
I've only got 300 that we got from the government initially when we started. I put in an order, but because I'd ordered from reasonable suppliers, they're saying orders to come beginning of May, and they're only limiting to 2 boxes. And prior to this whole, pandemic and the crisis, we used to buy a box of 100 masks, surgical masks, for £6, but now we're buying a box of 50 masks for £60 to £100. So, I was calculating yesterday, I'm going to need at least a minimum of 1,000 masks a week, because in a day we use 200 plus for all our care calls. So we're looking at 1,540. It's not sustainable as a business to be spending that on just surgical masks. And the quality is questionable because it's not my normal supplier. I don't know, is this the surgical one? Because there's 3 types of masks. We've been given a list, and I don't know, is this the correct one? Am I doing the right thing? So it's
what are you telling your staff?
It's very difficult. I'm explaining it as we go, but it's not just the staff. It's the clients that we look after. It's their families. These are people that we've known for years since we started the business. They're expecting answers. So I'm trying to manage their anxiety. Manage my anxiety as well, coming home. Like I said, I can't sleep. I'm waking up thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to give them? So I've said to people, we're going to have to try and wear masks for every call. Try is the word I've used. And everyone's like, what do you mean try? And because there's no clear guidance, each local authority is interpreting it the way they read it.
So what do you know of your clients, of which ones have COVID? How have they been affected?
I don't know if they've got COVID. They've not been tested. We're not being tested. They've not been tested. We got an email last week to say testing is now available, and everyone's like, yay. As I read further down, it said, oh, your nearest testing centre is Gatwick. I live in Hampshire in the New Forest, and so do our carers. If I'm driving at 60 or 70, I think it'll take me 2 hours, because when I go to Gatwick, it takes me 2 hours, plus sometimes, depending on traffic.
So can I ask, how many clients do you have?
We've got about between 40 and 45. We used to have a little bit more, but we've lost some, sadly. Some have died, not confirmed COVID. Only one was confirmed COVID case because they passed away in hospital, sadly. And
so what, you've got 40 now?
Yeah, between 40 and 45. And
a month ago, how many did you have?
About, I think, between 55 and 60. Some have gone into hospital, not come back. Some have died at home. So I don't know. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. You've lost about just under a third of your clients. How many staff have you lost in the same over the last month?
We had 30, and I think I'm left with, excluding those 2 that are still self-isolating, I think I've got 18 now, because I've got 2 that are self-isolating, so I can't really say I've lost them. But I've had resignations quite a lot, because people said to me, listen, you're telling us not to wear masks, but we don't feel safe because the district nurses or any other NHS community team is wearing masks in the community at all calls. I feel like people don't really understand what we're up against in the community. We're going to people's houses who perhaps might have COVID, but we don't have anything to protect ourselves except a little plastic apron and gloves. That's all we have. And, majority of our carers are all parents of very young children. We're all very worried about our children. Social care, we've really struggled, not only with just PPE, like even childcare, taking kids to school. People have been like, oh, so what do you do? And you're like, oh, work in the community, looking after the elderly. Like, oh, no, it's for NHS. Everything's for NHS. We're sort of forgotten.
Just, Alice, If you got a lot of masks, would that solve the problem?
Yes, I think it would. It would solve the problem because it will make people feel less anxious. Yes, we'll still require testing for some of the members of staff. They'll probably still require testing, but I think PPE is the biggest challenge.
Alice Shumba talking to me this morning.